Let's fucking get it. Oh shit, I cursed too soon in the beginning. We're gonna roll with it. Screw it. Welcome back to another video, ladies and gentlemen. Sending out a lot of love. This is Alpha Lunar. I'm going up another notch. Swag, I'd like to introduce myself as Top G. Oh my god. Guys, that last part is just blowing my mind, bro. Can we all do a favor, and to everyone picking up on the frequency of these videos, Swag's videos, and maybe if you even seen Potted Plants whole like compiling of the tier list, and you even come from that to Swag to now to me, this whole community that's forming around this iceberg. Actually, I'm just saying, am I part? I don't know, guys. Hey, I'm happy to be here. Can we do a favor, and to everyone who is consciously watching this right now, I never say, I'm never going to take anyone's like, things away, but can we actively give, because it's called paying attention. You're paying attention because attention is energy. So can we pay attention to better stuff than what we just seen in the last episode with the cat thing, and give them energy to more wholesome things so we can flip the balance and maybe make YouTube's ass pay attention with stuff? Not that I would like want to get them to do anything. I'm just like, let's just not feed. No, you know what? I can't say it. There's always going to be an energy that's going to feed something else, man. I think one of the human things is about consumption, right? It's just something needs to consume. Let's start the video. Ash Vlogs, guys, Ash Vlogs.
Ash Vlogs was another ARG started by RedKeyMon, that guy I was talking about in Tier 3.
Oh, RedKeyMon.
It was a murder mystery that was originally presented as being real, ran by a game master who audience only knew as a Reddit user by the name of I Know Where She Is. It originally started as a simple YouTube channel where a girl creates vlogs for her small audience and then follows her getting kidnapped and possibly murdered. The ARG is ridiculously intricate and transcends several social medias such as YouTube, Reddit, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and even Discord. It also evolved into RedKeyMon getting stalked. I mean, they weren't actually stalked, it was part of the ARG. This is most likely one of the most intricate ARGs YouTube has to offer. We don't actually have enough time to explain this one fully, so just go watch an Xploshi video if you want more info. He does a better job than I ever could. As always, link in the description.
I've heard of the Ash Vlogs, but I didn't know what it was.
Hi Walter, I got a new GF today refers to a video uploaded by a channel called Hi Walter in 2009, the only video on the channel. In it, a creepy looking guy named Patrick excitedly talked into a camera about how he met a beautiful girl at the mall, addressed to a person named Walter. They went shopping, bought some clothes and jewelry, then he took her back to his place. He then states that she hates cameras, but he's gonna show Walter anyways. He then opens a door and the woman is on the ground, tied up, screaming and crying. He then enters the room, smiles, and the video ends. I probably shouldn't need to explain that this video is a work of fiction. The way Patrick acts in the video is so exaggerated, and as I've discussed with a couple other cases like this, a kidnapper or rapist probably wouldn't upload a video like this to YouTube publicly. This video would remain quite unknown for the next 7 years, gaining only around 7,000 views in that time. However, the video gained massive amounts of attention in 2016, which I believe started from it being featured on a now unlisted Blame It on Jorge video titled Creepy Videos on the Internet number 7. People began to be convinced that Hi Walter was a real serial kidnapper, and began an investigation into missing person reports from 2009. People then discovered the case of Kayla Berg, a 15-year-old from Wisconsin, who disappeared only 2 months before Hi Walter was uploaded. The woman in the video even kinda looked like Kayla, all 13 pixels of her, which led people to be convinced that Patrick was the man who had kidnapped her. A witch hunt was started against the man in the video, and soon enough, the FBI became involved in researching this edgy horror skit from 7 years ago. Innocent people that had nothing to do with either the kidnapping or the production of the video were harassed, and of course, the video was later found out to be fake. The video was produced by 2 people who were simply doing a skit. Kayla's mother was heartbroken to find that a potential lead after 7 years was simply just some person on YouTube trying to be edgy. And hell, the original intent of the video actually had nothing to do with Kayla whatsoever. It was just a very unfortunate coincidence that was conflated beyond belief by ignorant internet users.
Yeah.
This is why you never ever let the internet be criminal investigators. At the very least, the debacle sparked a lot more attention to the Kayla Berg case, but to this day, she has never been found.
No, I'm just gonna let that one rest. There's certain topics I want to have fun with and give a whole deep thing about, but some things you just gotta shake your head at and just like, That's crazy. I still, again, I'm not for controlling art or content that someone makes. I'm not for that, right? When it comes to the whole cat thing, yeah, because I believe in balance in things having balance. And anytime you disrupt the balance for someone else, in a sense, like intentionally trying to do so, then you're messing up the flow of the universe. But so I'm never going to say anything about, I just don't know the appeal of making a skit about kidnapped girls. And all I'm going to say is I don't want to make this statement. No, let me not do that. I'm not trying to get canceled. But let's just say I've never seen you know when people say you have a certain look for doing certain things? Not saying that guy looked like someone who would be a kidnapper, but almost like someone who would make skits like that. I don't really see the appeal of making a skit about kidnapping girls, because I'm kind of all for protecting women. But again, that comes from my backstory. Like, if I drop some of the lunar lore in this video, some of your guys' mouths would probably drop. I actually just had my property manager the other day, or not but the property manager of the place I live at, look like in complete shock when I tell some of the things that happened in my life. That's why, let's just say where a lot of my wisdom comes from. And let's just say, like, I could understand it being like a skit or something, but yeah, I don't know why I'm just explaining that, like, literally I can like and dislike things. I don't think it's really tasteful content, let's just say. Not saying there's anything wrong with posting it and freedom of expression, but to me it's not tasteful. It's just odd. But it does suck. I don't like the fact that they were like, people were harassed that, don't like Swagman said, don't let the internet be investigators, seriously. But
Dad Feels, or just Dad, is a YouTube series created by Nathan Barnett in 2019. It's considered an ARG by many, including the very Iceberg chart I'm covering, but Barnett has officially stated that he disowns the term. On a surface level, Dad is a YouTube user who claims to be the best YouTuber in the universes. It seems pretty simple on paper, however, through digging deeper, it gets a bit more interesting. In one of Barnett's videos on his personal channel, he explains that Dad is a character he made for a few years prior. But now, a mysterious person is impersonating that character with the use of deepfake technology.
I don't know, but like, do you guys see this in the back? It's something odd going on here.
Dad would then show up multiple times on his channel, inserting himself into otherwise innocuous videos. Dad would begin to show up everywhere in a very long and elaborate ARG. Yes, it is an ARG, even though Nathan claims it isn't. Just like Ash Vlogs, I don't really have time to summarize it here, but luckily there's an hour-long Nexpo video that is there for anyone who wants to learn more. Also, like Ash Vlogs.
There's so many ARGs. I never realized there were so many ARGs, dude.
Listen, he's a good channel, okay?
I felt that there was a long pause there.
Geometry Center was a mathematics research center at the University of...
That was quick. What? Outside in what? Outside in the center of YouTube?
Minnesota that developed the GeomView, a program that allowed users to run simulations of various geometric situations. With this program, they produced several short films testing out various geometric theories in an easy-to-digest manner. These included 1991's Not, about the mathematics of knot theory, 1997's The Shape of Space that explored various three-dimensional spaces, and most notably, 1994's Outside In, which illustrated exactly how one would go about turning a sphere inside out without puncturing or tearing it. This video was re-uploaded in its entirety to YouTube in 2011 by a user named SSJelm, and since then it's gained nearly 7 million views. It gained this popularity through yet another case of YouTube's algorithm recommending some random video to every YouTube user ever in a similar fashion to All Tomorrow's or Plastic Love. Or that one fucking Majora's Mask video, that goddamn thumbnail. It isn't even on the Iceberg, I just want to rant about it anyways. Outside In actually predates all of those examples I just mentioned, however, and it's often been called the center of YouTube for that reason, since no matter where you go, everything links back to this video.
Wow.
Creepy?
What?
I don't know, if you're a pussy, maybe. Plasma Master Don was an elderly
Plasma
YouTube user
Master
in his
Don.
mid-70s that did vocal covers of popular
background's
songs, covering
cool, I
songs
like
from
it.
all different eras, from Elton John to Frank Ocean. He quickly gained a lot of popularity, as people thought it was pretty nice to see an older guy putting himself out there with something he seems passionate about. He was constantly interacting with his audience, and many—
Please don't let this go dark. Please don't let this go dark. Please don't let this go dark. Just be a wholesome man on the internet sharing his passion for something. Please don't go down a really weird twist and it's going to get all dark and then it's going to be like, please, he passed away. It's nice and or maybe he's still alive. I didn't want to say he passed away, but please.
He said that his videos harken back to the glory days of YouTube, where people would just sit in front of a camera and, well, broadcast themselves. It hit especially hard since this channel rose to popularity in 2020, and if you were around on, planet Earth that year, you'll know that people's general outlook on life was pretty fucking depressing around that time.
Yeah.
Plasma Master Don emerged at a time where people needed some uplifting content. As we've gone over, situations like this have actually happened a couple times, like Bernard Albertson and Tony Ray Winchester.
Yes.
And those are both pretty wholesome displays from the internet at large, Keemstar's bullshit notwithstanding. Although the story of Plasma Master Don turned out a bit differently than those two examples.
No.
After looking into Don's personal life, users discovered something no one wanted to happen. Donzel Edward Owens was a registered sex offender, and this isn't some far-off thing that happened like 40 years ago that he had since repented for or whatever. He had sexually assaulted an underage boy as recently as 2019, only a year before the mysterious YouTube algorithm picked him up. He stayed on YouTube for a bit after this came to light, and his behavior was very strange, like one comment where he calls what appears to be a young boy his Christmas present, or when he gave a heart to a comment saying, "I wouldn't mind if he was my grandpa." I wouldn't mind the odd touching. A look into his internet footprint revealed things got even more disturbing, like how he's been on YouTube since 2006 and often made friends with men significantly younger than him. What really did Plasma Master Don in was a video uploaded by Nick Crowley on December 11th, 2020, called YouTube's Hidden Predator, where he essentially corroborated everything that was known about his past at the time. Don stopped uploading videos after Crowley posted this, and then 10 days later, he passed away following a lengthy illness. Olivier de Sagazan is a French performance artist and sculptor. He is well known for performance transfiguration, where he applies paint, makeup, and many, many other things.
So this is Mahito. All of you JJK watchers got that.
Things to his face in order to make himself seem like several different kinds of strange, horrific monsters. He's been doing the performance since 1998, doing it nearly 300 different times. However, where it really gained in popularity is in 2008 when he uploaded it to YouTube. Like many things on this list, there's not really any creepy backstory to this, it's just performance art. Everyone knows that pornography isn't allowed on YouTube. That goes without saying, right? However,
you can find it though. Like that's kind of what I was talking about in the earlier tiers, where I said there was a YouTuber who showed something you type in the search results and it'll pull up these uncensored videos.
Did you know that you can actually find NSFW content very easily through a loophole in YouTube's very own community guidelines? You see, YouTube doesn't allow sexually explicit content for the purpose of sexual gratification. However, if it's exclusively for artistic, or in this case, educational value, YouTube is a-okay with that kind of content staying on the platform. I'm obviously not going to show any content because while this video should qualify as educational, YouTube is notoriously bad at staying consistent with their own rules on pretty much everything. However, if you look up something like naked yoga on YouTube, you will straight up find bare naked ladies, and I'm not talking about that one. Now, I'm not saying that the naked body is inherently sexual, but it's still pretty crazy that it's just out there in the open like that. Hell, you can even find literal videos of people having sex by looking up sex tutorial. It's pretty crazy. My Dad's Tapes is another ARG on YouTube that started around 2011. The first video starts as an introduction to the basic premise. A man's father, who has been estranged from the family for unexplained reasons, passes away on New Year's Eve 2010. He left behind a couple cars, a trailer, a bag of clothes, and interestingly, a box of VHS tapes. The VHSs are found in seemingly innocuous cases, like the first one being in a box for the 1979 film Scavenger Hunt. The actual tapes themselves include footage of what seems to be a man in a strange mask following women around and killing them. As he began to investigate the murders, a mysterious YouTube account by the name of Do Not Continue begins commenting on his videos, telling him to, well, stop continuing. This is yet another really intricate ARG that I can't really do justice to myself. Going forward, if you want more info on an ARG I talk about in this video, just look up an explained video. They're usually really well made. I swear this isn't me being lazy.
You just pissing on
Okay, it kinda is, but...
Dude, honestly, you're covering a lot, man, so... Oh look, 369, but you're covering a lot, dude, so don't even worry about it.
She is a Scottish YouTuber who joined in 2020, and since then she's been producing these animated videos parodying several well-known cartoons and video games, such as Amazing World of Gumball, Adventure Time, and Friday Nights at Freddy's. What sets her videos apart from other content creators who do pretty much the same stuff is the unique style in which she makes her videos. Yeah. They all share a general aesthetic of, in her words, crusty, outdated media, complete with a VHS filter, compressed audio, and an opening logo that would not be out of place in the 1980s or 90s. Her style also seems to be heavily inspired by animators such as Pilot Red Sun, with tons of stylistic animation errors and characters doing, that thing. I'm gonna be honest, I did not know that Xploshi was a popular YouTube animator. I kinda just saw her as that one person on Twitter.
This is so creepy. One sec, my nose itches. Alright, Saudi Arabia police encounter with a real witch.
Saudi Arabia police encounter a real witch is a video surfaced around 2016 that features an alleged witch hobbling through the Saudi Arabian desert, filmed by a pair of policemen. She's dressed in an oddly clean white cloak and is carrying around a long wooden staff. She then starts walking toward...
I'm not gonna lie, you guys. If this was some like Yeah, I got to. The first thing that comes to mind, not saying I would do this, is but like, you know,
them and laughing while they start screaming out in fear and backing the car up, and that's pretty much the whole video. Was it real? Doubt it. The video was most likely one of three things: a hoax spread online in order to get a rise out of people on the internet, an art project, which is what pretty much all of these feel like, or, of course, it could be genuine, and that's maybe not a witch per se, but a mentally ill homeless woman on the side of the street, which, let's face it, it's pretty likely. Either way, the guy filming is severely overacting, screaming for his life over a woman standing there while he's in the comfort of his car.
No! Oh no! Oh no!
Bro, why?
Oh no!
Swag, bro, no. The first thing you've done that has upset me. Why'd you play the stupid ass audio from this video, bro? I hate hearing the audio. I said this when I seen it years ago too. I was like, why is he like, bro, that irks something in me. I don't know why. They are literally being chased by the the slowest shit ever. Oh, I can't, bro.
I'm not even really sure if he's supposed to be a police officer, so I can't find the original upload of the video. But if he is, that's not how police officers act.
Right. Teddy has an operation.
Teddy has an operation is a video uploaded by Zefrank in 2013. He's a pretty established YouTuber even beyond this video, especially for his videos he now uploads on wildlife from around the world. Anyways, the video features a doctor who is also the narrator cutting into a teddy bear and explaining what all of his organs do. The organs, of course, being shit like candy, sprinkles, flesh, a massive beating heart, you know, childlike shit that you expect from a teddy bear. People often call this video really creepy and like nightmare fuel, but honestly I think it's just kind of funny more than anything.
Grave Robbing for Morons
is an obscure VHS tape released in the late 1980s to early 1990s, where a young man with a speech impediment teaches you the most efficient way to rob graves and prepare the stolen human remains for sale on the black market. He's even holding what seems to be a real human skull throughout the video. Problem is, nobody can seem to identify any producers of the video. In the era this video was presumably released in, homemade VHS tapes were spread around like wildfire, and unless the creators of the video specifically identified themselves in the video, you kinda couldn't figure out who made it, since they're often redistributed, copied, traded, and torrented more times than you can easily keep track of. So, is this video really an earnest tutorial on how to rob graves? Well, this is the part of the entry where I would say, of course not, and then give you a whole list of things wrong with it, and then condescendingly make fun of you for believing it. However, I can't really do that here. The skull used in the video is shockingly realistic, and you won't really find that kind of realism from any kind of fake skull. The information he gives can really only be learned through experience, as the deep web didn't exist yet, and hell, the internet itself was in its infancy and wasn't exactly commercially available to everyone, at least not someone who goes around digging up graves, and I don't think a public library library is the greatest place for finding information about grave robbing. To this day, from what I can gather, grave robbing for morons remains an unresolved mystery. Nobody knows if it was a hoax, and if it was a hoax, why the hell would somebody do that in an unmarked, uncredited VHS tape? Publicity? No. All I can really say is that the video is probably real, and allowed to be up on YouTube for the past 8 years. Around 2010, citizens of Indianapolis, Indiana began receiving strange text messages from an unknown source. These would often have strange religious preachings about how God has entered the body of the man sending said texts. These strange, most likely schizophrenic ramblings would continue on for several years without anyone finding the source. That was until people found this van driving around the Indianapolis streets, which confirmed that these messages did not originate from some kind of bot, but rather a real person. A person that people would later find out was named Bob Hickman. Bob has a pretty significant presence on social media, including Facebook, Twitter, his own website, and of course YouTube, although YouTube definitely seems to be
His own website was white text on a red background? What the fuck was that shit?
his most active method of getting his words out. The words themselves, as in the way he actually speaks, are just as nonsensical as the text messages themselves, but basically the whole gist of what he's saying is that he's the only person in the world who has the spirit of God inside his body, and that when he dies, he passes on the spirit to someone else. You'd think this might be a good thing, in that Bob is endowed with divine intellect and power, but unlike someone like Terry Davis, he actually sees this as a bad thing. He talks about how God sends hot fire, electric currents, and gum disease through his body, and that he often gets visions of Jesus Christ laughing at his torment. He even sometimes shows off his physical wounds in his videos and on his Facebook. These physical abnormalities are most likely caused by other means, possibly poor hygiene or diet, but to a schizophrenic person like him, the hallucinations of God torturing him are most likely intense and incredibly realistic. Some people think he's a performance artist, but no, he's most likely just mentally ill.
Damn.
Let Me Hear Your War Cry is a video uploaded by YouTube user SpacehopperCopter in 2010. It's an edit of the Warface theme from Full Metal Jacket, with the faces replaced with the face of this strange mannequin. The audio is also pretty weird. That's pretty much all there is to this video. Not much mystery since the source for literally every aspect of it is in the description. I believe Pyramid Ransom video refers to a now deleted video uploaded to YouTube on November 17th, 2011, titled, "You have 30 days to pay me $5 million, with the description stating, "I just want to sell my silence. You have 30 days to pay me $5 million, otherwise I will upload the full version of this video." The video itself consisted of a scene of a man modifying an RC car to attach to a GoPro camera. He then set out, taking the RC car all the way to Egypt, more specifically, the Great Pyramid of Giza. He then fits the car through a small, conveniently RC car-sized shaft, and drives it through, setting out to find the pyramid's secrets. And then the video cuts off, and he states that if he doesn't receive the $5 million in 30 days, he'll reveal the full video, most likely trying to blackmail world governments with their secrets. He then linked to his website, nowiknow.com, which featured a countdown, and that was pretty much the whole website. Soon enough, a month passed, and the man didn't receive his $5 million, and true to his word, he uploaded the full version of the video, which he had to pay $5 for. I guess he had to make money somehow. It featured the car driving through the actual shaft, and coming across something you can barely make out because of the abysmal video quality. And that's it. No further information, and no one really knows how or why the video was created. The most common theory is that it was a viral advertising campaign for some movie or video game or something. There was a movie that came out 3 years after called The Pyramid, which features a team of archaeologists exploring a lost pyramid, so I guess maybe. Another common theory is that it was merely an art project, which again is what a lot of these end up being. Or maybe, if you want to give it the benefit of the doubt, it was real, assuming that the Egyptian or American government didn't go after him for this, didn't kill him, or even prevent him from entering his little car into the pyramid. I guess it fucking could be real. Either way, all of these theories are simply baseless accusations, and we don't really know anything for sure. No one has ever come forward as the creator, and the video has since been taken down along with the website. And that's pretty much it, still an unsolved mystery. Although, I really don't think he actually got an RC car into the pyramid, call it a hunch. Poochee and Pansy.
I guess it was pretty creative, but like, I don't know.
Is an animated web series started all the way back in 2009 by a fictional company called Dolst Family Entertainment. On the surface level, Poochee and Pansy is a children's show made in MS Paint about two puppies named Poochee and Pansy that go on an adventure to save a kitten from a witch. It seems innocuous at first, but quickly gets a bit creepy. A couple screamers here and there, some real-life imagery, and sooner or later down the Poochee and Pansy pipeline, we find ourselves in another ARG. More specifically, a smaller part of a larger ARG known as the Hunt for the Gonga Diddle. Back when this was started, Poochee and Pansy videos were posted to 4chan in order to recruit players. How
did it go from that to this? Gangadiddle, bro? What?
This episode is called Message from the Gangadiddle, which leads to the YouTube channel of the same name.
Gangadiddle.
Basically, users would receive hints from the game master, a character named Nathan Israel, to find real-world locations where a mysterious creature known as the Gangadiddle would be hiding. What this all seems to be leading up
Yeah, tell me if you want to go find the Gangadiddle. Any of you want to go find the Gangadiddle?
to is a primitive ARG from the early days of YouTube,
Jesus.
although it seems like it's coming back in recent years with a couple uploads to the channel over the past 3 years. Unedited footage of a bear is a short film created by
I don't know if you guys can hear that. One sec. All right, let's finish up.
Alan Resnick of Alan Editorial fame, first uploaded to the years.
Unedited footage of
Unedited
a bear.
footage of a bear is a short film created by Alan Resnick of Alan Editorial fame, first uploaded to the Adult Swim YouTube channel in 2014. It starts out as, well, unedited footage of a bear. Then a fake YouTube ad shows up for a fictional drug called Claradril, which is apparently an antidepressant that allows you to be in 2 places at once. The ad seems to be aimed at parents, since taking care of 2 children at once can be a lot. Past that, I kinda don't want to spoil it. I would really recommend checking the video out. It's one of the, in my opinion, best short films you can watch on YouTube, touching on topics such as how antidepressants can often make users feel worse, and that it's all for the giant drug industry in the United States. There's also a minor ARG to go along with this, in the form of a website that's supposed to be for the drug Claradril, but it seems to have been since taken down.
Homunculus.
Homunculus videos are fucking weird. If you're not familiar, a homunculus, at least in this context, is a strange creature that one makes by fertilizing the egg of some animal with human sperm. And basically what will come out of the egg is some strange alien creature, as if reality just glitched or something. Needless to say, these aren't real. Human sperm cannot fertilize an egg that isn't a human's. A human fucking a chicken isn't going to make a human-chicken hybrid like what happened for a liger or a mule. However, there are a lot of videos on YouTube of people making a very own
That fucking took me out.
homunculus. Like, for example, this Russian user named Kokstrelat, who has a 21-part series about various homunculi he makes, with the first video dating back to 2015. These videos are, again, obviously
Honestly, it's just gross to look at. Like, I don't even know how I'm looking at this shit right now. I just, like, don't want to look at it.
fake, but the very idea is kind of enough to freak me out. Like this freak of nature living mass of flesh coming out of an unholy combination. It's kind of freaky.
Weird.
RedKeyMon
RedKeyMon
was a YouTuber who did videos about Grand Theft Auto 5. He joined in 2013, but his latest video was uploaded in 2015, and since then he hasn't uploaded a single video. He was pretty popular, having over 1 million subscribers, but for some reason, one day he vanished, in a similar fashion to Euromir. He would then leave his subscribers in the dark for 2 whole years, with everyone wondering where he could have gone. He then made an update in 2017 via his comment section, stating that basically, he hates saying goodbye, and that's why he never did. He never intended to quit, but it started as a break, and then the months started piling up, and eventually he just decided to quit altogether. He then finishes off by saying he doesn't know if he'll ever come back, although you never know. Maybe for GTA 6, huh? Daisy Brown is a vlogging channel
What the
about a girl named...
Before I say anything, just watch. It obviously looks like a created creature or character. I'm gonna just wait for context. Bro, I was scratching thinking about stuff, and then I just look at this.
Daisy. She joined YouTube in 2017, and her first video, called How I Feed Alan, showcases the main draw of the channel, her pet monster named Alan.
Okay.
No relation. The strange creature was apparently an experiment created by Daisy's father. He's weird, grotesque, and sickly, and seems to
Kind of looks like the fish, the angler fishes.
only eat sugar. As the series progresses, Alan grows up and becomes proceedingly more angry and even abusive towards Daisy, pulling her hair out and screaming at her. Daisy becomes more and more mentally ill thanks to Alan's abuse, eventually culminating in her running away from home after a confrontation with him that ends with him dead on the floor. The series is widely regarded as one of the most popular ARGs on YouTube.
That's actually pretty cool. Max Headroom signal hijacking?
Well, this is a bit predictable, huh? I guess every horror-related series on YouTube has to
RG.
talk about this at some point. It isn't
What?
even really YouTube-related, but whatever, we can talk about it. The Max Headroom signal hijacking was an event that happened on the night of November 22nd, 1987, when
Oh, this shit, bro. I still don't understand what it was, but of course I've seen it.
Chicago television broadcasts were interrupted twice. First during a WGN newscast, and the second 2 hours later during a new episode of Doctor Who on WTTW. The actual interruption itself featured a man in a mask that resembles Max Headroom, an AI computer-generated television producer that was used on certain news channels, even though he wasn't even computer-generated, it was just some guy wearing prosthetic makeup. Anyways, the hijacker would proceed to say some strange things that were hard to make out, like how WGN sportscaster Chuck Swirsky was a frickin' liberal, and called WGN a bunch of nerds. Honestly, I don't even really think he had a script. He just hijacked the airwaves and said whatever random shit he could think of, which to me is so fucking based. Then a female-looking figure shows up, and the hijacker exposes her ass to her before saying, "They're coming to get me." She then smacks his ass with a fly swatter, and then viewers are returned to their Doctor Who. This is arguably the most infamous case of television hijackings ever recorded, and the perpetrator has never been identified, nor has he stepped forward. Just some random guy who got a hold of a TV broadcast, rambled incoherently.
Right now he's laughing. He's laughing right now in the background.
Apparently, refused to elaborate and left.
He's just...
raw as hell.
That is raw. My man, yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Kraina Grisbo TV, or in English, Mushroomland TV, is a Polish web series started in 2013, created by Wiktor Strybog. It's become pretty popular due to just how strange and bizarre the videos are. While they don't have a defined plot or continuity, each episode has a common theme of mushroom-related imagery and a visual aesthetic that harkens back to VHS recordings of the 1980s and 90s. The main characters are a teenage girl named Agatka and an animated squirrel named Malgosia, who are the hosts of a fictional educational show called... I'm not even gonna try that one. As you can probably tell by my most likely horrible butcherings of the proper nouns I just mentioned, I'm not Polish, so it's interesting to learn about some creepypastas and ARGs from different cultures for a change.
Yeah.
Flame Pillow Imaginedom is a YouTube channel that's, at least in the current time, your average animation YouTuber. Their most recent uploads seem to be quite joyful, talking about the importance of life and how they managed to defeat depression. However, these videos are put into a different perspective when you take a look at their older deleted videos. The channel joined in late 2016, and from there they began posting some quite unsettling videos. These included but were not limited to reproduction, a video about how those are mentally unstable or don't have a good health or financial situations should not reproduce. Happy Torture, a video about how humans naturally love to cause and inflict pain on each other. A Child's Family Drawing, a video critiquing child abuse. Save Jesus, a video critiquing religion. And Natural Selection, a video that discusses how some people are just born naturally talented and intelligent, while others will fail to find their way. This is the point where Imaginedom sheds some light on their personal life. They say that they're a person with a damaged brain due to their extreme mental illnesses that would give them morbid nightmares and hallucinations. They even say that at one point they considered ending it all for the betterment of society. Obviously, people's minds immediately raced to the idea that this is an elaborate ARG or art project or something, but no, this was actually Imaginedom speaking out of their heart and that they had these terrible thoughts and mental illnesses. Then, at one point, they uploaded a video titled Cancer, where they explained that there's a chance that they might have throat cancer, citing a big lump on their throat. A few weeks later, they post an update video saying that they saw a doctor and that it was a false alarm. A few weeks later, they post an update video where they say that they saw a doctor and that it was a false alarm, and that because of this, they feel they have a second lease on life. After this video, they stopped uploading for a few years, and when they came back, they were a new, far more optimistic person. Their first video back was literally titled Punching Depression in the Face, and they explained, now with voiceover and stylized animation, that they've been spending the past few years fighting depression and suicidal thoughts. However, in their absence from the channel, they sought to get the help they need. They began seeing a psychiatrist and pushed themselves to have a more positive outlook on life, stating that they began to let go of all those depressing thoughts they once showed on the very same channel. Nowadays, they post fantasy art on their Twitter page, and every once in a while they post more animations to YouTube. This is honestly one of my favorite entries on the entire Iceberg.
Yeah,
it's a surprisingly wholesome ending to a pretty depressing story. And it just,
yeah, like, damn, that literally ended the video in the best way. I was just sitting here captivated and enjoying this whole thing, dude.
It just makes me feel great to remember that even in the worst ruts, people can still make it out if they practice enough self-help.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man, it just makes me feel good.
Self-master, yeah, it did. What a way to end. No, like, before he wraps it up, what a great way to end that. That feels... Is this it, or is there a part 3? Is it tier 4 part 3? Damn. That's... No, like, that's good, but, like, if this ended tier 4, that would have been sick to end on. But, no, yay that there's more parts. Yeah, but... Damn, dude. I actually like started to kind of relate with the story, not what they were saying specifically, but because of my more existential mind state, I feel and like putting the weight of the world on my shoulders, I've had different thoughts to that. Not like there's no meaning to anything, but more of what is the meaning of all the like suffering and all this, and yeah, so like, and to see how I've leveled up from everything, it's crazy. It's just been crazy. It's been crazy. I love this. I love that for them. Yeah, I love that.
And that's the end of part 2 of tier 4 of the YouTube Iceberg. I've been making jokes that this tier is beginning to sound a lot like bullshit creepypasta story time, but I have genuinely been enjoying this tier. Even if the various ARGs and creepypasta are kinda starting to blend together, it's really fun to look back on the stuff that used to creep me out as a kid, and also learn more about the weird side of YouTube. The further we go down, a larger percent of these videos and channels I haven't actually heard of, so it's getting a bit more difficult to talk about, while also being a lot more fun to research. I hope you're enjoying this tier as much as I am, and I will see you all next time in the last third of tier 4.
Yeah, I actually really like this tier. That was honestly fire. Well, we have one more part to go, but that ending right there was fire. The ARGs kind of got repetitive to me, but I like that so many exist because it's so many different creative people showing what I do like about being creative in art is that truly it doesn't matter if anyone likes it or doesn't like it, and essentially it's almost like, how much do you like it? Are you proud of the thing you created? And I feel like through that love of the thing that you love, like, you know, when someone is really sold in the thing they love, it is not just easier, but it's more convincing when they tell that thing to a person that you can feel their excitement and passion for that thing. So I feel like art encapsulates a part of that too, where it doesn't really even matter if a lot of people don't, maybe not like an ARG or something like that, but the fact that you went and did it and like it was your idea and you could be proud of it and get it out, like there will be that one person. That's why I always say, like, you know, even if one person watches my videos, that's it. Like I'm making these videos for me, but you know, you guys are sharing that creativity I have in myself that I'm expressing outward. Hopefully that is making sense. But yeah, like I'm glad Swag is doing this series, and like I'm glad that Potted Plant made the whole, it's like, I don't know, because that's art in itself too, you know, in a sense. So depending on your perspective, but I look at that as art. I look at every, yeah. I'll stop rambling. Much love and Moonlight. This tier was awesome. Again, this whole tier was done on 1.1 speed, so tell me how you guys like that. I'll probably go back to the normal speed for the next part, and just, you know, yeah. But let me know if you've noticed anything different about it, if you enjoy it, don't enjoy it. But I don't really miss anything that he says, and it helps the video move along faster, and I could, you know, also stretch everything I say out so it's not too long. I don't know about you guys. I like long form videos. I can sit and watch 8-hour long videos if I have the time of day, or even like watch 8 hours, like watch an hour, come back, watch an hour, come back. So I don't know how you guys are, but yeah, but definitely sick. This is cool. All right, guys, much love and Moonlight. I'll see you next one. Peace.